we're going to talk about Tom Brady again,
Yep.
because Camp Brady, and again, you wrote about this over at Boston Sports Journal, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. $5.99 a month, 11 cents a day. But Camp Brady, both with Tom Brady Sr., doing an interview talking about how Tom felt vindicated, and then his trainer about how things ended, really didn't, drape themselves in glory here heading into this matchup. And again, you wrote it at BSJ. We get it, okay? You like Tom. You didn't like the way things ended here, but what's the benefit of this?
Their own egos, really, John. And I did write about this as BSJ, but for those of you who are not members, this has been taken from behind the paywall, so it is available to everybody, and so is my Mac Jones Jets review. So make sure you go over there and check out those articles. They're free for you guys to read to get a gist of what we do over at BSJ if you're still on the fence about subscribing. John, this is simply about ego. And you're talking about two sides, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, with humongous egos, and they need to feel vindicated. I mean, I just think it's ridiculous, John. We all know, everyone knows what the scoreboard says. And the scoreboard says that Bill looks terrible with what has gone on in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady winning another Super Bowl title, him going 7-9 with Cam Newton, having to jettison Cam Newton in year two, not making the playoffs, going 7-9, having to go with a rookie quarterback. They're off to a so-so start. Without saying anything, Team Brady looks tremendous in all this. It's when they open their mouths and they start telling you how good they start to look really, really small, and all of a sudden Belichick looks a lot better by not saying a word. They just should have shut their mouths and just let the scoreboard do the talking. We all know what the score is. Tom is trouncing Bill. It's not over yet, but right now Tom is trouncing Bill. Bill looks terrible. And the more Team Brady talks and tells you and thumps their chest about how good they are and how great things have been since Bill ran them off in New England, the worse they look.
Yeah, and again, we have Tom Brady Sr., we have Guerrero saying his thing that Bill never evolved with Tom. While it is petty, do you think it is petty, but do you think it's true in the sense of,
it's all
and again,
true.
Yeah, could Bill have done more? Because as you're right, the scoreboard, you could just point to the scoreboard and be like, see, it's obvious. Everyone sees what Brady is doing. But is there any truth to it? Because at the end of the day, I don't think Patriots fans care about petty. They care that this guy isn't playing quarterback here anymore, and maybe he should be.
John, there is absolutely truth to all of it. And I'm on their side with everything from, did Bill not want Tom? And did he not go far enough as far as the contract to make him feel wanted? Absolutely. Did Bill fail to evolve as far as his treatment of Brady in terms of Alex Guerrero and things like that? Absolutely. They are all right on that. But here's the thing, John. Bill Belichick was true to himself. He never changed. I mean, they're complaining about Bill Belichick not changing, whether it's Bill sticking to his guns that I'm not going to give a contract extension to a 40-year-old quarterback, or I'm not giving special treatment with a trainer to one player who, this trainer may be disrupting what my strength team is doing. Bill stayed true to himself, and they're complaining that Bill didn't treat Tom special. Now, do I think that at the end, from like mid-30s on, should Bill have treated Tom differently, given him the contract extension, swallowed the cap hit if it didn't work out? Yes. Should he have allowed Alex Guerrero to do whatever he wanted to, made it easier on Tom as he got to his late 30s? Absolutely. And I think he should have done that, and that was his error. But to complain now and sort of point at Bill and be like, you did this, you didn't do that, it's just Bill being Bill. I thought, Bill could have treated him special and no one would have said a word in the locker room. They all would have been like, well, it's Tom Brady. Of course he deserves this treatment. And so I fault Bill for that. But for these guys to complain about Belichick just being Belichick, again, it doesn't look kindly on them.
No, I mean, and it's with Belichick, it's take the good, take the bad. Ultimately, the results are obviously there. So there is a way, and he followed his way. And that's what it comes down to.